Hey everyone, in today's episodes of Tips Appreciated, it's my turn to be asking Eddie questions about one of his favorite places. He's been to Hawaii. I prepared some questions he hasn't seen, so let's see where this takes us. Also, remember to like, subscribe, and rate us on wherever you're listening or watching us. Thanks. Okay, so it's my turn to ask you questions about your favorite place, Hawaii.
Okay.
So, Eddie, how
Yes.
many times have you been to Hawaii?
Ooh. First time I was 13. Loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Still remember a lot of the memories.
Mm-hmm.
I think 5 or 6 times.
Oh,
Not quite
wow.
your 7 or 8 in New York, but 5 or 6
Mm-hmm.
times for different occasions. My sister got married there, so I went
Oh,
for a
nice.
weekend.
Yeah.
That was once. The first time we went there, I mentioned I was 13, so that was
Mm-hmm.
kind of a, you know, post grade 8 trip with
Mm-hmm.
the family, and then quite a few other times there. Yes.
Oh, okay. So which cities did you go
Oh,
visit?
we went to Oahu, Waikiki, Honolulu, so all the very touristy spots. Um, sort of everybody goes to.
Okay.
We've been to Maui a few times.
Mm-hmm.
I think twice. I would say that they're two different places. If you go to Waikiki and sort of the main tourist area, it's a lot busier
Yeah.
than Maui. So those would be the two main areas.
Okay. But out of those, like which one would be your favorite to go to?
Oh, I think it's gonna have to be like in like the Waikiki area because of better food.
Okay. Oh, better food. So,
Yeah, more choices, right?
yeah.
It's Maui is a little bit more chill and laid back.
Mm-hmm.
Not as many places to go eat. So as an example, in Waikiki, you can, or in the whole area there, you could drive up to the North Shore and get like
Mm-hmm.
go to the shrimp trucks.
Yeah.
So it's pretty spread out, yeah, but lots to
Okay.
eat.
But okay, so say for myself, I've never been to Hawaii. Which one would you recommend for myself?
Yeah, I
Like
would recommend
my
still Waikiki. You kind of get
Waikiki?
the whole vibe.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So being there or being to Hawaii 5 times, like when's the best time to go? Like which season would be the
Ooh.
best time?
Okay, for us, since we get some harsh winters in Edmonton,
Mm-hmm.
I typically like going in February or March.
Okay. Is it
Because
like super hot there or
well, it's
just
hotter there.
perfect?
It's just perfect, and you
Perfect.
kind of get the tail end of the winter here, so
Mm-hmm.
you get a nice little break.
Yeah.
But also, it's a little bit quieter there too, which is nice. It's not as busy than, let's say, summer,
Oh.
because a lot of families go with their summer vacations.
Mm-hmm.
Spring break we try to avoid. So
Yeah.
that February timeframe is pretty good, and prices are pretty good too, actually, around that time
Oh, okay.
after
So
Christmas. Yeah.
so is the weather like pretty even throughout, or does it get hotter like in the summertime or
Yeah, it definitely gets hotter in the summertime.
perfect? Okay.
But I mean, for me, going there in like February, it's perfect.
It's
It's
perfect.
not too hot, but you definitely obviously feel the difference. So,
So temperature wise, like what's
ooh,
the hottest it gets in like March, say?
oh, okay. Let me try to remember. I think it's typically like in the 80s Fahrenheit. So Celsius, what would that be like? 20s, low 20s,
Oh,
somewhere
okay.
there, mid 20s.
Okay. Is it
Uh,
humid, like super humid there?
A little bit,
I'm
yeah,
guessing,
because
yeah, I'm
you're
guessing, yeah.
right by the
Yeah.
ocean, right? So,
Okay, okay.
yeah, you can feel it already when you first land,
Mm-hmm.
because when you get out of the plane, you're pretty much walking outside, right? Like,
Yeah.
uh, it's covered,
And the
but
mm-hmm.
you can start to feel it already, which is cool. I love
Okay.
it. That's one of my favorite moments is when you get off the plane and to
Mm-hmm.
get your baggage because it's just, yeah, it's awesome.
Do they give you like the Lays with the flour?
No,
No?
we've never gotten it, but they do in
Oh, the
some.
movies
Yeah,
lie.
no, they don't lie. I think it's I think if you book like packages or whatever, but
Okay.
we've never gotten it.
Okay. So you spoke about food a little bit. So
Yeah.
what's the top three places you recommend?
Ooh, man. Okay, you have to hit the shrimp trucks.
Mm-hmm.
So our favorite shrimp truck to hit is Giovanni's. So that you have to drive up to the North Shore a bit.
Okay.
So from there you can get like garlic, like shrimp plates, like lunch plates. So you'll
Mm-hmm.
get the shrimp, you'll get the rice, side of rice, and you might get a side of salad or macaroni
Mm-hmm.
or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But that I would say that one stands out the most. When I
Okay.
go, it's number one. I have to go to the shrimp trucks because
Mm-hmm.
they have coconut shrimp, they have garlic shrimp, they have like a spicy shrimp. Uh, so I sound like bubblegum now,
Yeah. Yeah. No, no,
but
no.
yeah, it's so good, so good. The shrimp
Mm-hmm.
trucks.
Okay. Number two.
Number two, okay, it has to be close to the shrimp trucks because we specifically take a trip to the North Shore, shrimp trucks, and then Matsumoto's shaved ice.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
So
good.
good. Okay.
So when I went there first time at 13, the most interesting part is that I still it's family owned, so I still
Mm-hmm.
see the kids that were working at that time. I believe
Mm-hmm.
they're the owners now, like they run the business now as
Yeah.
adults.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
so it's kind of cool. You see the whole generational thing that gets passed. But the shaved ice is awesome. You get different flavors,
Mm-hmm.
specials. I think they've renovated a bit since last time I went because they're
Mm-hmm.
pretty active on Instagram.
Mm, okay.
And their posts is pretty cool. Yeah, go follow them. They post a nice story every morning.
Oh, really?
It's just the outside and it shows like how many degrees it is with the temperature,
Oh, that's
but you kind of
nice.
see the surroundings and the whole vibe. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
yeah.
Okay, so number three.
Oh man, number three. There's just so many. But the third one that sticks out is a bakery, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's called Leonard's Bakery. They
Mm-hmm.
sell like those malasadas. It's like the Portuguese, I guess, donuts or buns. I can't remember the exact,
Oh.
but they have like their flavors. They're always a long line.
Uh-huh.
But I would say that is number three. That's closer to like central, in like Waikiki area. So
Mm-hmm.
we always stay at a hotel there, and it's like a 10-minute drive.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be number three. So
Okay. So they're all allergy friendly or
yeah,
nut
good point.
free?
Yes to Giovanni's, definitely. My daughter
Mm-hmm.
has eat there, but check when you go. Just
Yeah.
because I say definitely, make sure you check. So the allergies are peanuts and tree nuts that my
Mm-hmm.
daughter is allergic to. Um, yes to Matsumoto's as well.
Mm-hmm.
She's had the shaved ice there.
Mm-hmm.
And Leonard's, that's a good question. I'm trying to remember. My daughter was a year and a half when we went with her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she had it. But
Okay.
bakeries, you should ask. So I
Yeah.
can't say for sure for Leonard's.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for people that's never been to Hawaii, what would you suggest for them to try that's like only local there?
Oh man.
Like something different from like what we can't have here.
Okay. So shaved ice definitely because they also have different toppings like
Ooh.
the beans and the mochi.
Mm-hmm.
So they have
Okay.
that special one there too, I would
Yeah.
say. Uh, the loco moco is another dish.
Ooh. Okay.
So the loco moco is rice, beef, like a hamburger beef, and then
Mm-hmm.
they put gravy and there's egg on it too.
Mm.
That's I think
Okay.
what they're really known for. Um, and you can get that almost anywhere. We actually, I think we were on Waikiki Beach, and there's a little cafe there.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw it on the menu. I'm like, oh, okay, let's give it a try. It was
Mm-hmm.
good. It was good.
That's good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Okay.
So my daughter actually had it there. So I remember
And
she
she
had some
liked
of the
it?
rice. Yeah, she did like it too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
great.
Oh, the other thing is that
Ooh.
if you're out like grocery shopping, like you want to just
Mm-hmm.
stock up on some food in your hotel, spam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
spam there is incredible. It's like a wall of flavors. So here, if
Wow.
you go to the grocery store, it's like sodium, low sodium,
Mm-hmm.
maybe like one other flavor, like garlic or something.
Yeah.
But there, I think there were over maybe 15 to 20 flavors that I saw.
Oh, wow.
So
Did you buy any?
I did, yeah. I got like I
Ooh.
think 10 different ones.
Ooh.
Some we ate at the hotel when we cooked breakfast.
Yeah.
So tip, great Hawaiian breakfast, or I guess maybe like Filipino Hawaiian breakfast, is
Mm-hmm.
spam, egg, and rice.
Yeah.
That's like the winner. But
Mm-hmm.
anyways, yes, we had that for breakfast. I even brought some home, like in our
Ooh,
luggage
okay.
back.
Are you
But
allowed to?
yeah, totally. I'd say
Okay.
it's canned. I think it's okay. I mean, you may just have to claim it in customs, but I've never had
Yeah.
troubles bringing it back.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah,
Okay, good to know.
yeah.
So, okay, like moving aside from food now,
Oh, okay.
but I know you always like went with family. So, what's a good group activity that's like family friendly, or like even say me and my friends that wanted to go? Like, what's a good activity for us to do in
Okay.
Hawaii?
So activity, you have to experience a luau.
Mm,
So a
okay.
luau for me, the food isn't good, but
Mm,
the show and the entertainment is awesome, right? So it's
okay.
basically like buffet style. It's a traditional Hawaiian feast.
Mm-hmm.
They have the roasted pig and all those things. But what's really cool is that they have like a lot of the traditions, the cultural type stuff, like the dancing, the show.
Mm-hmm.
They explain a lot of things. So it's like a whole evening experience that we've always just gone in the evening, so they'll have like some of the light shows at the end, like with the fire and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that that's a good thing to experience because you really experience the culture behind it.
Okay. Oh, that's like kind of sad that the food isn't that good though, because I've
Yeah,
seen videos of them burying the pig,
that's right. Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And then they dig it up after.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, it looks
Yeah,
good.
I don't know, I'm not a fan. So okay, viewers and listeners, tell us if you're a fan of luau food or if it's just me. And the part that I'm not a fan of is just bland. It's not much flavor,
Oh,
but you go for the experience. So that's what you should look for and do. I think that what sticks
okay.
out. If you like hiking and activity,
Mm-hmm.
hike up Diamond Head.
Mm,
So it's actually was a great day. You can do it with family too. It's pretty family friendly.
yeah.
You just take your time going up, but the views are incredible up there
Mm,
once you get there. Um, so I would say that that is number two. So a lot of outdoor stuff. I'll leave the
okay.
beach out of it because that's like an everyday thing. It's just awesome, right? You
I
just
was gonna say, was there any activities you did with like sea turtles? Because that's one of my
no.
goals.
You should definitely do like snorkeling and see. We've never made it, but Hanama Bay is supposed to be quite amazing. But believe it or
Oh,
not, like 5 or 6 times we've actually never made it to Hanama Bay to
really?
do the snorkeling. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that leads up to my next question. Like, how long should you stay in Hawaii?
Okay. This is a huge debate whenever I talk to people. So the shortest I've ever gone was a weekend
That's crazy.
for my sister's wedding. So she got married there. We went for the weekend, and that's too short.
Yeah.
The longest I've gone was 3 weeks,
Holy.
and to me that's perfect. But realistically, most people probably go for 2 weeks. I say that's a good
Mm-hmm.
spot. A week for me is even short, to be honest,
Okay.
because from here it's like like a 6 hour flight. I mean, without the connection. So by the time you get there, you settle in. You kind of have
Mm-hmm.
maybe 5 days to do your thing, and see
Mm-hmm.
see the place, and then you have to travel out again. But my sisters who live in LA, it's just flights are cheaper there for them, so they can
Mm-hmm.
head out, right? But for us, flights are more expensive. So long story short, 2 weeks is probably a good
Two
sweet spot.
weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that include, I was gonna ask, like, should people island jump then if you're gonna stay there for 2 weeks
I would
or
say that that would be a fun thing to do. Like we don't island hop just
mm-hmm.
because of like the kids were like super young at the time, and
Mm-hmm.
we like to just kind of stay in one place.
Mm-hmm.
But we did talk about the next time we go, we would definitely island hop. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
definitely.
awesome.
I think
You just
it's
take like a quick flight,
yeah, it's a quick flight.
like
I believe
super
it's
quick.
pretty cheap, like very reasonable. And it's a
Mm-hmm.
great way to see like the different islands and see the different things because like I said, like Waikiki is very very city, right? It's very
Mm-hmm.
developed, but you can go to like you know other places and you can see more of like the countryside and that
Yeah.
side of the beauty, right? Yeah.
Okay. So when you stay in Hawaii, is it usually like a hotel or do you Airbnb it? Like, what do you suggest like people should
Yes.
do?
So 90 plus percent of the time
Mm-hmm.
we've done actually, did you know this? VRBO is actually pronounced Verbo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw a commercial the other day
Oh,
or whatever
oh,
online ad, and they're
oh, I didn't
like
know that.
Verbo. I'm like Verbo, and then they have a new logo. Anyways, we always
Oh,
booked
okay.
around using Verbo or Airbnb now,
Ah,
I guess.
yeah.
But our favorite place to stay in Waikiki is the Waikiki Banyan. I believe it's an Aston hotel, just because it has like a kitchenette,
Mm,
right? And it's just
mm-hmm.
easier for like food and breakfast and
Yeah, and saves
kids
you a
and
little
all
bit
that.
of money as well.
Totally, yeah, yeah. And it's very walkable all around there,
Okay.
right? We still rent a car to go to like the North Shore and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's the Banyan is
Okay.
our place, our go-to
Yeah.
place.
So I know you talked about this a little bit, like driving up the North Shore and everything. So I was gonna ask you about transportation. Like,
Oh
would
yeah.
you recommend everyone be able to drive, or is like public transportation like fine there? Like,
Yeah, I hear
just
there.
saying, if you don't know, like if you don't drive, then what would you do?
Yeah, I would say take public transportation. I hear it's pretty good. We don't. I mean, like when you're in the main district, there's like trolleys and stuff, so it's
Mm-hmm.
pretty easy. But honestly, it's so walkable in that area.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were to go to the North Shore, I would recommend driving. It's also really
Okay.
nice too, the drive. We've
Yeah.
always rented a car, um,
Mm-hmm.
just for that reason. And then
Mm-hmm.
sometimes if you need to quickly, pick up something, like if the kids
Mm-hmm.
are sleeping and I need to go get my malasadas, I'll
Yeah,
jump on a
yeah,
car and go,
yeah.
right? So,
Yeah, yeah.
so it's totally worth it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, second last question, Eddie.
Okay.
Okay, so are there any like hidden gems that only local people would like know about it or anything, or that you could tell
Uh,
our listeners and viewers about?
yeah. Okay. I know I talked about spam before.
Mm-hmm.
I would say if you want to try the spam musubi, which is the spam
And the
rice
rice.
wrapped in
Yeah.
seaweed, like the
Mm-hmm.
rectangular shape, um, you can get it at 7-Eleven. It's a lot
Ooh.
cheaper. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so the story behind there, well, our 7-Eleven, you can get like nachos, hot dogs, whatever. I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
it's there too, but I recall going to 7-Eleven and was like pleasantly surprised to see spam musubi there. So the
Oh.
story goes is the reason they have it there, or
Mm-hmm.
a lot of these convenience stores, surfers use that as their like power breakfast
Mm-hmm.
before they go out surfing like super early in the morning. So
Nice.
that's a tip. If you want to try spam musubi,
Mm-hmm.
look for 7-Eleven, or probably like, places that have like a hot food thing that's more convenient store. I can
Mm-hmm.
almost bet you that they'd have it there. So
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Nice.
So the other thing, like one of my favorite foods of all time, are
Mm-hmm.
short ribs. You like short
Ooh.
ribs?
Oh yeah.
Oh, short ribs, so good. There's a place called Helena's.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Helena's Hawaiian food.
Yeah.
We'll put the link in the and where it is and stuff. But you can get these short ribs there, and they're like famous. And it's not in like the touristy part. You have to drive out a bit into like the some
Okay.
of the area. It's not like a far drive, but it's definitely like, okay, I can't walk there. This is more like, okay, Hawaiian neighborhood,
Yeah.
and not like big
Like
shops or whatever
touristry.
touristy
Yeah, yeah.
stuff. Parking is limited. I remember I had to park on the street. I think it was like a block away. I had to park because it was like
Mm-hmm.
busy. It was a tiny little street, but you can get the
Mm-hmm.
short ribs, and it's the pipi. Sorry, I might not pronounce this properly. The pipi kaula style ribs. Yeah,
Ooh,
and,
okay.
and that's what they're known for.
Yeah.
And so I would definitely try that. Get an order. It's like super flavorful,
Uh-huh.
and I would definitely go there. So The other things you can get actually, I remember now, is the fried butterfish collar.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that
so
sounds
it's
good.
just the collar of the fish,
Yeah, yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like fried like super crispy. And I
Mm,
think I remember you talking about New York, and it was like buttery, like
yeah.
that it's like this for this one. It's so good. So
Oh,
that
okay.
with the short ribs, some rice, and
Mm-hmm.
like macaroni salad
Yeah.
would be like your awesome Hawaiian meal, I would say. Okay, now I want to go
Ah,
back. That okay.
okay.
Actually, the first place we're gonna go back to, we've already decided as a family, is Hawaii. When
Hawaii.
everything is over with, traveling, and when it's safe and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yes.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So, okay, we like turned it back around, like about food, where
Yeah,
we're like, okay,
yeah,
like
that's
questions.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. 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 Last question now.
yeah. Okay.
So, if you weren't going with your kids and say just your wife, what's the one thing both of you guys would like do without them? Like, what's the one thing you couldn't do because you had kids,
Oh,
and now you're like, oh, we're kid free. We could do whatever we want. What would be like the one thing you guys would do?
we would stay at a super nice hotel. And I'm not saying like the kids don't deserve nice hotels,
Yeah.
but it's like kids. There's
Mhm.
whatever. I'm not gonna say kids. It's awesome, right? But you would
Mhm.
have like a nice hotel.
Mhm.
Um, I would say that would be like tops, and then hit up all the eating places
Uh
that
huh.
serve nuts or peanuts. so
Yeah.
so it wouldn't just be like I want to go there because it served nuts, but it's
Yeah.
it's literally like freedom choosing restaurants, right? You
Mhm.
don't have to worry about like allergies and allergens. So
Mhm.
we'd go to like a like a fine dining place, go to a traditional
Mhm.
place,
Yeah.
even like staying out late. It would be awesome because like kids, they have like bedtime and stuff, right? So even as simple
Mhm.
as like just seeing like the sunset or something, or like
Yeah.
hanging out on the beach at night, it'd
Mhm.
be things like that. Yeah. Honestly,
Okay.
like activities are cool in Hawaii,
Mhm.
but it's like the vibe and the chillness that makes it awesome.
Yeah.
Like you'd literally spend all day at the beach, and it's just as great doing like 30 activities because it's
Mhm.
just chill, right? And
Yeah.
people are super friendly. So yeah, that would be it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good answer. Okay, so listeners and viewers, let us know what else is there to do in Hawaii that Eddie didn't even mention, or
Yeah.
hidden gems.
So many. Yeah, tell
Yeah.
us.
Okay, so that's the end for this episode. So don't forget to like and subscribe. So, yeah, we'll see you on the next episode.
That's good.
Yeah.